Hey, so I realized that I've been kind of ghosting this app specifically, and like maybe you guys have been freaking out about where I am, but maybe not. But anyway, really what it is I've been pursuing evangelism elsewhere, and it's been interesting. It's been somewhat fruitful. I've made new friends on this other platform. But anyway, so I'm really behind on all my TikTok notifications and some text messages still, but this is life. And I've also been, really busy, but I could probably make more time not spending so much time on this other platform and try to make time for some of the people who have been trying to contact me. So I apologize. But anyway, I'm here now because I had a crazy dream last night, and it's the second night in a row that I've had a dream where I woke up like, okay, that's Jesus, and this is a rapture type dream. So this one I felt more inclined to actually share via a video. So here we go, and take it how you will. I would suggest praying on it. But whatever. So in the dream, it starts off with me on this like walking bridge. So it's like, a smaller type bridge with wood, and it's like elevated and it goes over to this other side. And on this bridge, we were looking to the right, and it's just like this huge field of like different types of plants, and specifically fruits and stuff. So we're looking over this field. I'm with this guy, I don't know who, just some guy, and this other guy who owns the field is talking about how you can't like walk among the plants and everything because you could damage them. So he's made like an apparatus to be able to get it. So we're like, okay. So we walk over across the bridge on the other side, and it's like this weird bucket type situation, and only one person can fit in it. So without even discussion or anything, the guy that I'm with goes into the bucket, and it's like on like a wiry type rope, like zipliney type rope, you know what I mean? And he just goes, and he's like now floating above the field full of fruits, and he's ready to harvest some of the fruits. And where he ends up going first was this tree that was like right next to where this bridge was, and on this tree is like so many grapes, like green grapes, just like so many. And yes, I'm fully aware that grapes don't grow on trees, they grow on vines, but that is what was on this tree, and it was the only tree in the field. The rest were like lower plants, but it was like varied heights, so I don't really know how this zipliney thing in the air was supposed to be able to help you get all of them when he was like near the top of this tree. It wasn't like a very tall tree either, but anyway, too much about this tree, but it had green grapes on it, like a lot. So he grabbed some of the green grapes, and as soon as he did that, because I thought it was interesting, right? Immediately now we are transported to this other place on this like farm type situation, and there were like tons of like wooden picnic benches everywhere with so many people there sitting and eating fruits, and they had like like platters of fruits on their tables that they had, I guess, picked or something, or that he had I don't know, I don't even know, I just know that there were a lot of people and lots of fruit and stuff. So I'm sitting at the table with said guy, and I look over, and on there is a bridge going to another side, like away from this farm situation, and it's either over a river or over just a chasm. I don't really know because it was really dark. But on the other side of that bridge was like a town type situation, and it was just like was cloudy and dreary and just did not look like a very friendly place to be. Like you wouldn't want to travel there. And meanwhile, us on this farm type situation, it's sunny and beautiful and like welcoming, and just everyone is happy here. So I'm like, well, I have to like go and do a shift, and like work, whatever. So I guess I'll be back. And he was like, "Are you sure that you want to go over there?" And I was like, "Yeah. I mean, I have to do work." And he was like, "I mean, I could provide for you though." And I was just like insistent, like, no, I had like a shift, I had responsibilities, and I had to go do it. And so he walked me to the bridge, and then as I'm like, saying goodbye to him, he's like that he'll see me in 2 months. Now, side note, when I was having like this dream, I remember it being 2 months. When I woke up and was trying to recall it, I remembered it being a week, but then it was brought back to me that I had thought that the time was weird. And then I remembered, oh no, it was 2 months. Because then as I was crossing the bridge to the other side, I remember thinking in the dream, like, why 2 months? And why didn't he tell me he was going to be gone for 2 months? Like, that's a long period of time to like be gone. How is he going to provide for me for 2 months? You know? And I just had these questions. So I don't know. But when I woke up, I was thinking it was 7 days. And then I thought, oh, that's prophetic. But yeah. Okay. So anyway, it was 2 months. So I walked across the bridge and like, all I know is now I'm inside this. It's like a weird cross between like a really small town grocery store and like a gas station market, right? It was kind of like that, but it was not very bright inside. It was kind of just like greasy and dirty and like kind of a little bit ransacked looking, and just in general like not a place you'd really want to be. And so I went like to this counter, which normally would just be like some cashiers, right? But for some reason that was like a Wendy's, and I like worked at this Wendy's. No, like, you know, like what you would stereotypically see at a fast food anything. Like there's no big menus, no fluorescent lights, like no, they weren't even wearing uniforms. Like it was just, I don't know, I just had the impression that this was a Wendy's and I was working there inside this place that is obviously not a Wendy's. I don't really know. So I walked into like the office part, which is like right behind where this cashier section was, and I kicked off my shoes for some reason, like under the boss's desk or something. And I don't know. And then I was like, he was there like talking to somebody else, and I was like, I'm just gonna go to the bathroom real quick. So he was like, okay, and then you have to come back and work. I was like, okay. So I went you know, down this hall, and the whole time I'm thinking to myself like, I should have shoes on. Like, why don't I have my shoes on? There's like stuff on the floor, like disgusting, dirty looking stuff, like broken glass in some places, and I had to like actually be paying attention to where I was walking so that I wouldn't step in stuff. So why did I kick my shoes off? I have no idea. But obviously it was fraught with danger where I could have gotten hurt or just disgusting stuff. And I end up in this room that's like the public bathroom, and it's just like mostly stalls on the left and the right side, and there's like this really thick cement pillar in the middle that's like trying to cause this division between the right and left side, like make them two sides of the bathroom, you know what I mean? But it's not quite big enough to fully separate the sides and make it, you know, it's just a weird, that's just how I can describe it. Okay, don't know if it's important, I'm just telling you all the things. So then I go and I'm on the right side, and I'm trying to go into this only bathroom stall that there's an open door, because it looks like there's tons of people going to this bathroom, right? And so I go towards this open door, but it's only open because the door is actually forced open by being sandwiched between the toilet and the inside wall of the stall. So I guess it's supposed to be so small inside the stall that you're supposed to like shimmy into the door on the side, close it in front of yourself, and then be able to sit down. But because somehow this had gotten wedged between the toilet and the door, like you couldn't close the door all the way, whatever. But I could not get this door out from where it was stuck. And also there were no other stalls that I could go to. This is the only one. And so all these people came over, and they're all like, you know, these interesting looking sad type people, and they were like just observing, like, oh yeah, you're not going to be able to do anything, so I guess you're just going to have to go to the bathroom here kind of situation. And so you know, I was just thinking like, wow, there's like absolutely no privacy right now. And I woke up thinking like, yep, this was a rapture situation and a preview of like some of the things with the tribulation where like you're not going to be able to do anything without people knowing what you're doing. But also it was like somewhat convicting because other things that tied into it. But the time is almost up, so I'm not gonna be able to get into all of it. But let me know what you think of it, because it was like wild. Like I woke up like that was a rapture dream, and I usually don't have those. So anyway, just thought I needed to share that, and I hope everyone's doing okay. And I've missed you guys. I'm sorry that I've been gone so long.